Good morning. I wanted to take just a few moments to talk through your Essay 2 sample essay, just to provide a little video with some commentary on this review. Okay, so first and foremost, notice that the page is set up in MLA format. We have the last name and page number, student name, my name, the class, and then the date. Then we have the title, Watch Out for That Bus, a review of Mean Girls. Notice that this title is clever. It's a reference to the film, um, and it shows that you've put some thought in. Also notice that the essay is double spaced. To double space, you um, highlight all, and then you can go to line spacing options. You don't just check double spaced, you choose double here, and then you have to click the box that says don't add space between paragraphs of the same style. Otherwise, your spacing won't be right. Okay, so let's get into the introductory paragraph. Teenage movies are often overlooked due to their overwhelming lack of depth and superficial nature. Yet once every so often, a teen movie comes along that offers a refreshing look into the life of a high schooler. Okay, so in this first sentence, we've started out broad with just teenage movies. We haven't moved into our specific movie yet. And in addition to that, we talk about how some movies are different that focus on teenagers than the other ones. Mean Girls, starring Lindsay Lohan and Rachel McAdams, is Tina Fey's satirical adaptation of Rosalind Wiseman's nonfiction book Queen Bees and Wannabes, helping your daughters survive cliques, gossip, boyfriends, and other realities of adolescence. Okay, here is just some grounding information. We know the title of the movie we're going to be talking about, who starred in it, who created the film, Tina Fey, and then what it's based on. Not all films are going to have all of this information, but you, at the very least, should know the creator of the film. So you're doing Get Out, so Jordan Peele. And you want to know who the stars are, and that needs to be in this first paragraph. Now, in the tradition of Heathers and Clueless, Mean Girls explores the societal war zone that is girl world. Okay, here I've referenced two other films. In parentheses are the dates those films came out, and it's just a reminder that this film is calling on a tradition that had already been established, and it's further narrowing. Not only is it smart and funny, but Mean Girls also provides wisdom its target audience might not even realize it's receiving. Okay, and then I get to my thesis. And from my thesis, I understand that I'm going to discuss that the essay is smart, or that the movie is smart, the movie is funny, and that it provides some wisdom, a lesson for the audience that the audience might not even be aware of. Okay, so let's look at our first body paragraph. Tina Fey cleverly creates Evanston Township High School that is dominated by a plethora of cliques, which new girl Katie Heron, played by Lindsay Lohan, has no idea how to navigate as a student, not only to Evanston, but also to traditional public education, as she recently moved from Africa, where she was homeschooled. Now, this is a very long topic sentence with a lot of information. Yours doesn't have to be this long, but the key to this topic sentence is that I'm arguing that Tina Fey cleverly creates this setting. Now, notice that in our topic sentence or our thesis statement, I said it was smart. So let's continue on. Katie is academically very bright, but is totally clueless about how to traverse a world run by the plastics queen bee, Regina George, played by Rachel McAdams. Enter Janice and Damien, who warn Katie against the girls from hell, but when Regina invites Katie to join their table, Janice urges Katie to act as a spy to gain information that will help them destroy Regina. Ultimately, they decide to bring down Regina in three ways outlined on their checklist: Aaron Samuels, hot body, army of skanks. All of these factors work together to develop a smart, new look at high school life. Okay, so all of this here, there's a little bit of plot summary going on here, but notice that no major plot points, aside from the fact that these characters are pitted against each other, is really shared here. But it also works to show that, yeah, this film is smart. It's playing on this idea of a homeschooled student coming into public school and being thrust into all of these cliques. It goes on. While all of this is customary teenage movie drivel, Mean Girls sets itself apart by avoiding many typical teen movie cliches. Okay, avoiding cliches indicates that it's smart. Faye's Miss Norbury is more realistic and likable than most teenager teachers in teen movies. She's also kind of lovable, offering Katie a chance to redeem herself after crossing a line that nearly lands Miss Norbury in a lot of trouble. When Katie throws a party while her parents are out of town, it is crashed by the masses, as one might expect, but the house is left intact rather than totally trashed. When Katie gets a crush on Aaron, she deals with it in a reasonable way that does not involve a melodramatic heartbreak. When there are misunderstandings, they're understandable and not awkward contrivances manufactured for the convenience of the plot. Ultimately, this lends to Faye's creation of a plot that cleverly presents a picture of life in high school and ultimately rings true and humorous. Okay, so here's another paragraph about how this is a smart development of the film. Here it's talking about different things that the characters do, and that's part of what makes it smart. In this first paragraph, it was talking about the setup of the film, the setting of the film that was smart. Okay. Also, notice that in our concluding sentence here, it says that this cleverly presents a picture of high school life that ultimately rings true and humorous, which sets us up for our next paragraph. Comedic moments make Mean Girls memorable and help to establish it culturally. Okay, so if we go back to our thesis statement, we see that it's smart and funny. Okay, so let's continue on. When Katie meets Regina's mom, Miss George states, I just want you to know, if you ever need anything, don't be shy, okay? There are no rules in this house. I'm not like a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. This scene takes place as Khaleesi's milkshake plays in the background and Regina's little sister belly dances while watching the music video. The scene is clearly meant to be funny and to call attention to the absurdity of being best friends with one's kid rather than an authoritative figure by showing Mrs. George as a velour jumpsuit wearing, virgin cocktail making mom. Mr. Duvall, the principal, also has several humorous moments throughout the movie. One of his most memorable moments comes in one of the final scenes in the movie at the spring dance. After crowning Spring Fling king and queen, he says, I just wanted to say that you're all winners. All, and that I couldn't be happier the school year is ending. Again, this moment is meant to be humorous while providing a commentary on the everyone receives a trophy era by saying they're all winners. They and the director of the film use these bits of comedy to bring humor while also commenting on society in a way that is understated, making it powerful. Along with a cultural commentary, Mean Girls carries a message for its audience that the audience might not even recognize. Again, this relates back to the thesis statement. Our thesis statement said that there was wisdom that the audience might not recognize. By showing Kevin Napor as a mathlete with a business card that titles him as a math enthusiast, badass MC, Mean Girls sets up the idea that geeks might be more fun than they're given credit. Kevin is consistently himself, which lends to the movie's intrinsic lesson. You'll be happier as yourself than anybody else. At the talent show, he sings, From my grades to my lines you can't touch, Kevin G, I'm a mathlete, so nerd is inferred, but forget what you heard. I'm like James Bond III, shaken, not stirred. I'm Kevin Napor. This rap about himself clearly shows Kevin is comfortable with who he is and that he has pride in himself as he exclaims, I'm Kevin Napor. By the end of the movie, Katie too realizes the value of in being oneself. With that said, the comedy and clever nature of the movie likely overshadow the movie's intrinsic message to its target audience. Mean Girls has much to offer a wide variety of audiences. Clearly a hit with teenagers, especially girls, the movie also appeals to older audiences as a nostalgic glimpse at a time gone by. Because it's smart and funny, it has mass appeal, leaving the audience with the notion that you have to live every day as if you might suddenly be hit by a school bus. Will teenage audiences make a break from the culture of cliques, gossip, and rules for popularity after seeing this film? Absolutely not. That's the nature of the beast that is high school. But hopefully, they will leave out willing to be more like who they truly are rather than their queen bee alter egos. This is certainly a movie to see for anyone wanting a laugh and a walk down the memory-filled hallways of high school. So in our conclusion paragraph, we provided a summary and then discussed who this film appeals to and it's overall declaring its quality for the genre that it is. Then there's a works cited. It starts with the title of the film, who it's directed by, performances by, who produced the film, and then the date the film came out. This is all you have to do for your works cited. It should be formatted just like this one. I hope this gives you kind of some insight into what I'm expecting. If you have any questions about this, please let me know.